You know, murder's already terrible. But you want to know what's worse than killing children? And for some reason, these two child murderers won't die, no matter how many times you set them on fire or kill them. Freddy Krueger, the Springwood slasher turned dream demon, and Springtrap, the man now animatronic behind the slaughter. Now for Springtrap, we will be using the games and books from, and for Freddy, we will be using movies, comics, and the TV show. I'm your host, Godzilla. I'm going to see who will win in my battleground. Fazbear Entertainment, a perfect place for fun, games, child murder, and parties. What was the second last one? Child murder? Well, you see, most animatronics are possessed by the ghost of children who were murdered at the restaurant, and there's one person behind all the murders, and basically the entire complicated ass plot of FNaF, and is also the very founder of Fazbear Entertainment. His name is William Afton, or the Purple Guy. Afton killed 7 or 8 children in total, and after his past finally caught up with him, when, after destroying the original animatronics, the ghost of the children scared him into the spring Bonnie suit. He used to kill the children. Thinking he was safe, he started laughing. Unfortunately, the spring locks failed and killed him in the end. Or was it? See, he technically was dead, but a substance called remnant kept him alive. On that day, William Afton died, but Springtrap was born, and he had some abilities to boot. He can possess or corrupt enemies with his spirit, he can turn invisible via cloaking, can summon loads of balloon boys out of thin air, he can create illusions to mess with enemies with the phantom animatronics, he's a better fighter than most characters in FNaF, he has a knife for stopping opponents, can mess with your emotions and mess with your mind, turning anger into sadness and giving you fake memories. But his strongest weapon is agony. Buckle up, this is going to be long. In FNaF, the strongest weapons are emotions apparently, and the strongest of all these emotions is agony. He can bring any object, animate or inanimate, to life, which are called haunted. He can also send people's consciousness to other dimensions or even hell, change people's perception, cause intense and mass hallucinations that hurt people like being crushed to nothing and stop breathing, and annihilating people's mind with a touch. Who'd expected stuff like that in FNaF? So with agony and everything else, he has some impressive feats, like his strength and durability are at least small building level. He's obviously a genius building loads of complicated machinery. His stays be faster than a race car and can tear humans apart. But as you can tell from his design, he isn't invincible. Remnant isn't vulnerable to heat, and enough heat will kill him permanently. He's cocky and arrogant, and he gets distracted easily by audio alerts. But it seems no matter how many times you try to throw him into the deepest, darkest pits of hell, Afton will always come back. There's loads of horror icons in the world, but one of the most famous of these are Freddy Krueger. But unfortunately for Freddy, his story isn't the happiest. After a nun named Amanda Krueger, his mother, had some not nice stuff happen to her by 1,000 criminals, criminally insane. I can't say what happened to her for reasons, but it led to the birth of Freddy Krueger. But that wasn't the worst of it. He was sent to an abusive alcoholic foster father and was made fun of at school for being a bastard son of 1,000 criminals and for torturing animals for his own pleasure. And then he killed his foster father, and to get revenge on the kids who made fun of him, he swore to kill their children with his iconic razor blade glove. But unfortunately, after he was caught by the police. But luckily for him, the judges were drunk and let him go without any charges. Talk about unprofessional. Anyway, the parents of the kids were not having this, so they followed him to where he was hiding and set the building alight. Before he was burned alive, he had an encounter with the Dream Demons, where they made a deal where he would keep up killing the children in their dreams. But since he was in the dream world, he got a lot of abilities. Oh boy, where to start? Well, he can manipulate time, making the same scene play out multiple times. He has spatial manipulation, law manipulation, reality warping, matter manipulation, can survive being stopped and possess people, regeneration, resurrection, can stretch his arms and legs, teleportation, has acidic blood, illusion creation, shape-shifting, intangibility, invisibility, he can create and control animals, telepathy, can enter people's minds, clairvoyance, telekinesis, transmutation, make small Freddies out of his blood, lightning manipulation, earth manipulation, air manipulation, weather manipulation, water manipulation, can corrupt people, fire manipulation, use a person's veins as a puppet strings to control and can turn as large as a skyscraper, gets the soul of people he kills, can pull people into movies, magazines, games and TV shows, technology and metal manipulation can send people to different locations. If he kills you, he can erase you from history, can control shadows, can make people younger, can fly, duplication, doesn't feel pain in the dream world, and can negate immortality, regeneration and resurrection. Holy shit, that's a lot. With the amount of abilities he has, his feats are insane. He is the mountain that has superhuman speed, His durability is small building level. He's smarter than you think and cannot die as long as people remember his name. But surprisingly, he still has weaknesses. Like, he's super overconfident and likes toying with his prey. If he's brung to the real world, is incredibly weaker, and it's very easy to do. He's weak to anything holy. If he sees his reflection, which can kill him, and if the dream demons that possess him are stripped away, he'll die. But even so, it's going to be hard to kill this Nightmare on Elm Street.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Alright, the fighters are ready. Will it be the Dream Demon or the man behind the slaughter? It's time to see who will win in my battleground. That's probably our most brutal death so far. So yeah, this fight was kind of weird to decide the winner. So Freddy held most of the advantages in this match, but it's controlled the dream world. So basically anything Springtrap could do wouldn't matter, as he had nothing to counteract any of his control over it. Now you could argue that Springtrap could bring Freddy out the dream world and win, which is true, but I don't see any chance of that happening, as Springtrap is more of a melee fighter with not a lot of range attacks, but Freddy can fight long and short range. Now, where this fight gets interesting is with Remnant and Agony. Now, Remnant is separate to the souls, but could Krueger destroy his Remnant? Yeah, he could. With enough heat, Remnants could be destroyed. And unfortunately for Afton, Krueger had literal firepower, and Agony couldn't stop. Agony really couldn't stop Krueger because of his insane regeneration powers. Now, that's not to say he didn't have any advantages. Like, he was smarter and a better fighter, but that wouldn't really change the outcome. So, with all this, looks like Springtrap had his last nightmare. The winner is Freddy Krueger.
If I lose it all, slip and fall, will you laugh at me? If I lose it all,